All right. Well, we usually start with cheers, but it's 10 a.m., so you got your water. There we go. So good times.
It's not brown water; it's just normal water.
I know. Yeah. So it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but it's not here.
That's right.
There you go.
Right.
So we're Starbucks this morning for me. So there you go. But,
you actually buy water at Starbucks?
So I buy a venti bold black eye, which is 2 shots with Splenda and cream and double cup.
So high maintenance.
Because I double cup it because I like crush the damn thing with that. So it's like $7 for the damn coffee. But then I order an ice. They give you the ice water. So
okay. I thought you just went cup. There.
I've already had 3 of those things. So I'm like, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, right? Sure enough. So yes, I've had my Starbucks.
Ken doesn't know what to do with you.
I don't. I never have.
Are you scared already? we know each other a long time.
Not scared, just worried.
Yeah. Smart man.
That's hilarious.
Sure enough. So, well, as we get started today, first want to say thanks to our partner, our sponsor and partner, Hayward, and for all the for sponsoring us, for all they've done to help us get this show going, and for the people that believe in us and are there to offer their support and help, and the products that we use that you got me on years ago, and it changed a lot about what I do in what I use and what I design with and what I teach with. Anyway, they're awesome, and we appreciate everything that Hayward does. So thank you.
Been for years.
And have been for years.
So and actually. We were just talking, Ken, I think you were in a training today with...
We're actually doing a training with one of our sponsors for PHTA and Genesis, which is Hayward. So I'm here in Nashville area to do a class on remodel, and Hayward is the actual sponsor for this class.
That's awesome.
So we appreciate everything they do for us in the pool industry, and PHTA and Genesis,
and the tangled web that everyone is on is in one space. So,
exactly.
Very good. But well, we have Ken Milbery with us today, or Milbery. Milbery is fine. I know I misspelled it when I was looking at the whole thing. So, but good.
I'm sure you got corrected.
I've known you like for 12 years, so eventually I'll figure out your name. So, it takes me a minute. But
he's slow.
I tried. So.
I cut on the first time I met you. It's Milbery.
Yeah, he did.
It's all good.
Sure enough. Oh, very good. Well, Ken is with Lunata Bay Tile, as well as Genesis, and as TCNA, and a lot of things. We're going to talk wide range of topics, primarily centered around tile today. So, but welcome, thank you, and appreciate you spending a minute since we drug you down to Franklin since you came to Nashville. So,
yeah, you don't have to drag me to Franklin.
Yes.
But no, I would have done this. I would have flown out here just for this.
Oh,
well,
thanks.
okay.
That's awesome. No, that's great.
Now I feel. Tell me more.
We love having you.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure enough. Great to have you.
So Ken, you started out as a masonry contractor?
Well, I actually started off in the financial world.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You were a CPA?
No, I was not a CPA.
Okay.
Unless there's another acronym for CPA.
Yeah. There probably is. That's right.
So no, I would. I actually was sitting at a desk looking at figures the entire day. Drove me absolutely.
It sounds riveting.
Nuts.
Exciting day.
It's not. And I had always wanted to work with my hands, but with the degree, you kind of went out and tried to find something that suited you. Well, I had a friend that was a mason in the hometown I grew up in, and he was going through a divorce. Well, he had to sell his company because he didn't want his wife to get a hold to get a hold of the money. So he sold it to me, and from that date on.
So you were a white collar tie office cubicle guy and said, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm going to buy a masonry company.
Exactly.
And how long did you do the financial?
Oh, I only did it about 2 years.
Okay. And you said, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And this is post-college. Where did you go to school?
I went to school in Utah, BYU.
Okay. Very good.
Oh, I didn't know
BYU
that.
guy.
Yeah.
So you from Utah?
I am not. I'm born and raised in Ventura, California.
Okay. That's what I thought. I thought you were California guy. Okay. Awesome.
So you got out with a degree in finance, whatever.
Journalism, public relations.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
same.
Whatever.
So okay, so you bought the company and you started being a mason.
I started being a mason. Yeah.
Okay, and what
So,
kind of mason? Did
With
you do
no
brick?
experience.
With no, absolutely zero.
Like
experience.
totally from scratch.
Totally from scratch.
Okay. Now that's very interesting.
But I had
Yeah.
crews. There was crews that came with it, and people that came with the company, that actually helped me, learn the trade. So, they were working on, in Montecito, Los Angeles, Camarillo, Ventura area. We covered that entire area.
Okay.
And so how long did you have that company?
About 10 years. 10.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so did y'all focus on tile or did you focus on masonry, brick,
So
block?
as it all starts, we focused on concrete and masonry initially. So stamped concrete, block walls, until I met these guys in Santa Barbara that they did these hand-carved groutless Santa Barbara sandstone walls. And we'd go out on projects. Well, when we do the step treads, the rails, the risers, the decks, and cut these stones and the walls, everybody started asking, well, why don't you do the coping?
Right.
Okay, what comes next? I know you guys are going to guess this.
I would think it's tile.
It's like, oh, you do
Maybe
this,
the pool tile?
you do this, so
You should do pool tile.
yeah,
You should
you
do
should
pool
do our
tile.
pool tile as well. Got sucked in, have not left the industry since.
Yeah, that happens to every single person
know.
that ever comes into the pool
Yeah.
industry.
I didn't
that's
No
really.
the
matter what,
standard. You
no
know
matter
whatever
what
gets on
you're doing,
purpose.
as long as you're in the pool industry, you're stuck for life.
Yeah. No one ever gets on purpose. Once you're in, they never let you leave.
No,
Or you never
exactly.
want to leave. But, I mean, I
That's
guess
right.
you're keen on that. And so.
Yeah, you get sucked right in, and you're here forever.
True that.
So how much of the time of the 10 years did you spend on tile? I mean, like when did you start like specializing in
Tile
tile?
was
Or
later on, and then I realized after. So, if we're talking about how and where I got to,
Yeah.
I got to where I was because of failures.
did we all?
I'm going to be
No,
honest.
tell me.
Haven't we all?
That's
I'm
right.
that guy. I'm the guy that went out and thought I knew everything about tile and everything about thin set and mortars and just slapped tile on the wall. Well, when I started having issues, what's in me is that I don't want it to happen again, so I do the research to find out what the mistakes I made.
The curiosity.
The curiosity that
Yeah.
kills the cat, correct? That was me. And so I would research, do work, call people, and that's what led me to this.
Tell me why this didn't work. Not
Correct.
just, hey, what do I do to fix it?
Yeah,
Right.
not that did I use too much water? Did I
Yeah,
not use enough? Did I mix it properly? No, I just
The
slammed
sun
it on the
angle
wall.
coming from the north and the temperatures. just
Yes,
off.
all those
Yeah, no.
all
Right,
those,
but
all those matter.
Straight up.
But you need somebody on your crew that can, or a leader that should be able to help you get through that. And I wasn't that guy.
Yeah.
I just was not the leader that could tell my guys the proper way to set tile. Coping, yes, it was a masonry side of things. Tile, no. So we probably stepped in something we shouldn't have. But this is what gave me my love for material science, finished materials, tiles, because it's a lot more than you guys think. Well, not you guys, but
No,
more
but
than a lot of
people think.
Right.
You're correct. That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So you did that for 10 years, and then you moved into, what was your next step? You went to MPT?
I went to an actual company that made concrete cementitious overlay material, and I was
Like
there just
Deco Seal or Deco or
more like it was back in Southern California. There was a company
Yeah.
called Supercrete,
okay.
and they did like the
Oh,
cool
like the
deck.
16th inch cool deck.
Correct,
Yeah, the overlay
cool deck.
concrete.
They did the
stuff.
overlay
Okay.
concrete stuff, which was polymer modified cements.
That dates you.
Yeah, you're old. I'm sorry. I know.
Yeah, because back when I was
Because I'm
working,
old. I don't even know what that is. That's right.
Okay, anyway.
Sorry.
yeah, I still call materials what they were, 30 years ago, even though they're all gone.
Yes.
But yeah, I did that for a while, and then NPT National Pull Tile was opening up a building material side of their business,
Okay.
and so I went to work for National Pull Tile as a building material specialist.
So back up real quick. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
so
go
so
back.
did you just get rid of the company? Did you sell it to somebody else? What made you want to just stop doing
Get out of the masonry
field
world.
stuff?
So it went away the same way I bought it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
To somebody else.
There you go.
Gotcha.
History repeats itself. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's right.
So it went away the same way.
Yes. Mhm.
And then, moved on to something else because I'd used their products before.
Sure.
But then the NPT opportunity came up. And so it looked challenging. It looked like, hey, this is something we can build. And I really liked the people, that were starting this program. So I went to work for National Pool Tile.
Okay.
And how long did you stay? What did you do at National Pool Tile? And
9 years, 364 days.
The gold watch was a day away.
Yeah,
That's right.
the handcuffs, the golden handcuffs were taken off.
Sure enough.
Yeah, so I did it for 10 years.
Okay.
And then the opportunity came up with Lunata Bay, and I took it. And one thing at National Pool Tile when I was there was they were building their program. So their thin set manufacturers, the tile manufacturers, the different types of products. So I really got into learning about proper thin sets, proper setting materials, proper mortar beds.
The curiosity element come.
Correct, because
Play again.
I always wanted to know why.
Mhm.
Not just you're selling me a product. I want to know why you're selling me this
Speaking
product.
my language. Yep.
I want to know what my benefits are. I want to know what are the common mistakes. And that's what kind of got me into where I am today, was an understanding of the actual materials.
What year was this?
Oh, go back 20 years, 20 years from now. I've been with Lunata Bay
06.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so right around 05, 06.
Okay.
Okay. And this is when I was starting
Correct.
in the pool industry, and we had no idea what we were doing with setting tile, and that lasted for years.
You just
of not
slap it
knowing,
below the
and
coping.
you just
It's
did
all
the
that
same
matters.
thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
We just kept doing the same thing as we were taught before, and it was when I met you down in Florida, which was probably 12, 2012,
Yeah, it was probably right around there.
2012.
2012. Man, that dates me.
Me too, buddy.
I know. Well, I feel that as well. So,
But yeah, I think that's. I think I met you from Genesis, maybe.
You may have. I did some things early on with Genesis, and then I don't know. I think we met. Wait, you used Lunata Bay Tile on that job in Destin.
Okay, and then I called because we were installing it incorrectly. Apparently.
Correct. Then I took your phone call. You were 16 back then, by the way.
I know, yeah. I was a lot younger, that's for damn sure. But yeah, okay, so you came, that's right. It was over there in Sandestin. I remember like it was yesterday. It was that spa.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and that's when I learned the time the pumps go on for the overflow, the early morning sun, all the factors that
Well,
The wind is
that you have
blowing
to
from the
think
east
about.
at
Yeah, that's
7
all the
degrees,
things you have to think about when you're
But that was just things that, about controlled, uncontrolled environments. They're two different settings. Uncontrolled is basically above the water line, and anything below the water line is controlled.
Right.
Unless you drain the pool. And there's even rules about draining the pool that a lot of people don't realize.
Right.
Don't go grab, if it's an all tile pool, don't go grab a fire hose and turn that thing, pump it out at, 100,000 gallons a minute. Don't do it.
Yep.
Right? The rule is actually 1 inch per hour
Is it really?
when you drain a
Yeah, I
pool.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that either.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn slow.
it is.
I know.
It is,
Yeah.
but you don't want a shock effect.
Yeah.
You don't want that thing to be full of water with all that weight and height,
Yeah.
the pressure, and then just drain it in a second.
Yeah.
It just
Learn something new every
it's
day.
harmful for the tile. It's harmful for the setting materials. Any finishes, even plaster. It's tough on plaster.
So, what is your role with Lunata?
I am their director of technical services.
Okay. What does that mean?
Oh boy. Well, it means if there's a problem, they always come my way.
Call Ken. That's
true.
right.
That's true.
Call
what I've
Ken.
always done.
You get those calls. That's right.
But it also goes into all the testing,
Yeah.
all the data installation guidelines.
Your curiosity led you to the why of everything, and you became the expert of why things work.
Well,
and
I
why they
wouldn't
don't
say
work.
expert. I don't
Well,
like
I
that
mean,
word,
you're-
but yeah, knowledgeable about those things.
Okay,
Yes.
I mean, you tend to know what you're talking about. I mean, I'll give you that much. No.
Well, thank you.
Sure not.
So,
So what is Lunata Bay? Tell me more about the product and the line. What makes it different? I mean, there's glass. there's a lot that's Lunata, that's glass tile. There's other tiles as well. Tell us
Right.
about the Lunata story and kind of where you are on that.
So when I came to work for Lunata, we were selling their product through National Pool Tile.
Okay.
A couple of my friends that I knew were sales reps at other companies went to work for Lunata, and when they needed a technical rep, they called me up. But what intrigued me was the product and how it was made and how it was manufactured. The story is incredible about Lunata Bay Tile.
Well, I think you should go into that. There you go. You can't say the story's incredible and then just move on.
No, I
I
can't.
but tell the story.
And the
That's actually
owner,
what we're going to hear.
yeah,
So,
the owner at the time was our CEO, Carl Steadley.
Yeah.
And it fascinated me because, knowing glass and always seeing monolithic or low temperature coated backs or fused back tiles that predominate in our industry.
That you saw all over the place in MPT.
Correct. That
Yes.
I saw all the time. Other glass manufacturers are making monolithically colored tiles. What fascinated me was this.
Which would slow down just for
ahead.
What is that? Monolithically.
Monolithic means one color,
Yes.
single colored through body tiles.
Okay.
Or they were putting a clear tile, which was a
With
plate
the
glass
paper on the back.
with something on the back.
Yeah.
It could be an epoxy. A lot of people call them painted backs, but in some cases they are. In some cases they're actually ceramically fused. So if you're looking for a tile in that, you want a ceramically fused back.
Yes.
Okay, much better than a paint or an epoxy that may react with chemically treated environments, which we call pools.
That they are.
So what fascinated me was these different colors that were, and I call it striated or moved through the glass. So in order to do that, Carl came up with a process that, kind of, it didn't mimic Bazaza, but it was a play on it, but better.
Yeah.
He was taking translucent colors and introducing pigmented colors and basically striating or pulling like taffy, pulling them through.
That's a good analogy. Yeah. So it's a great blend.
It's a great
throughout.
blend.
Yeah.
And it's a very random blend. So it starts with, different colors of molten glass, goes into like a taffy machine, then drops down into the mold. So it's completely 100% random, and no two tiles are alike. So the tiles in your pool they're going to be different than any other pools in the
It's
country.
the same family and it's the same
Same
thing,
family,
but everything
same colorway.
but all are uniquely different. A fractal.
Right.
So,
No two tiles are going to be alike ever.
Snowflake.
Snowflake, yeah. And it goes a lot into the randomness and the handcrafted. The handcrafted always got me.
Yeah.
Because just like masonry, when you're doing handcrafted projects, you're making something,
It's art.
It's art.
Right.
And Carl
Wish more
takes
people understood that.
I know.
Carl takes art to a new form.
Yeah.
He's always been a designer. Started out of a garage, and
So this is a story. Sorry, I interrupted the
Oh,
story.
no, go ahead.
Okay. No, you. I interrupted the story. I'm telling
Yeah.
myself to shut up so you can continue.
but he started out of a garage, and he started making private labels for different manufacturers
with his process and his vision.
with his process and his vision.
Yeah.
And this was when?
Oh my gosh, it was I think 27 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. So 99, 2000.
Well,
yeah.
that's he started out with he's had several. It's the versions and the branding have grown.
Yeah.
And Lunata Bay is the current. We also have a high-end architectural line for our dealers, our resale dealers, or retail dealers around the country, called Driftwood Designs.
Okay.
And most of those products are European handcrafted tiles. Different designs, different shapes, but traditional.
I don't know that I know this one.
Cottos and
I may need to look at
leeches.
that. I know.
Yeah, I think in your world you'd love to look at it. They're unique. They're beautiful. They bring back the Renaissance era. They're just really, really a different look. But then we still have our glass side. But we're building now our glass side. As you know, a few years back, we added our high-fire Japanese ceramics. Again, a lot of those tell a story. So if we went through each line, it's probably 10 minutes, I could tell you, why, how,
Right.
but it all starts with a vision.
Mm-hmm.
And Carl takes his vision. He went to school in Japan to get his master's degree.
Where?
In Japan.
No, do you know what
I
part?
don't know what.
Okay.
No.
Mhm. So my son studied there for a
Oh,
year. So
did he?
I went over twice. Japan, it impacts you in ways you don't expect
Yeah.
when you're there. So
It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So Carl's always taken inspirations from Japanese architecture. We just had a new line that we displayed at Coverings, which
Mm-hmm.
was our big tile show last week.
which if everyone should go to Coverings. I don't know if you been to Coverings. You haven't been to Coverings. I went to Coverings a few years ago, and we've done all the pool shows over and over and over and over again. It's just a whole different experience. And I spent a lot of time with you guys when I was at Coverings a couple of years ago. So,
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that's a little plug.
But-
That's to get out of the break or the norm everyone does, Coverings is a great show to hit. So,
It is, because you can see
Mm-hmm.
what's new, what's upcoming,
Technology allow you to do. And all that.
technology. Yeah, you can see get with all the setting material manufacturers, see all the new machinery as far as cutting, scoring. It's worth it to go if you want your eyes open to the tile
no, it's
industry.
just industry adjacent. It's not the same thing over and over and over. And that's one reason I love to do several different shows, not just the main ones. every
Yeah,
year.
and the tile comes from all over the world.
Sorry, I tangent. So
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm
just
getting
tell me
used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kinda like-
ADHD's.
It's going. How many coffees did I have? I'm sorry. I already told you.
2 minutes. Shut up.
God.
Let the guy talk.
Turn my mic off. Thanks.
But a lot of our inspiration comes from the Japanese culture.
Mm-hmm.
The factories we use, they're not huge factories. They're more smaller family-owned factories in Japan. And a lot of the tiles are handmade.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with our other tiles, no two are alike. It's a handmade glass artistic process. And then you have now the Japanese handmade artistic product
Mm-hmm.
to go on top of it.
So that's the new line. The driftwood is the,
Driftwood's our new line, but
and that's from
a
Japan.
lot of our Japanese tiles are still in the Lunata Bay line.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of them that are actually rated, and I don't like that word, so I'm sorry I used it. They're actually can be used in a submerged application, pool or spa.
Okay. Maybe get some of the Japanese tiles can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It just depends on the glaze.
And a
It's the
lot of
only
those have some
differentiator.
texture to them, correct?
Yes.
Which is one of my biggest keys that I try and hit is texture everything.
Right. Movement,
So, yes,
texture,
correct.
color.
Mhm.
Yeah. Exactly.
What makes Lunata tile different than more commodity or production level tile?
Because everything's basically a handmade
Right.
or custom made designed
Mhm.
process. We don't do anything in commodity, which I define commodity as being able to do a 10,000 square foot run of a material
Mhm.
and it goes into a box. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm. Lick and stick.
lick and stick. It's just quick, high
Yeah.
production, real quick and done. Ours is all small production batches.
Mhm.
So if you need 3,000 square feet, we can do it, but it's going to be in multiple batches.
Mhm.
But we'll use the same colorways.
But it doesn't matter because you're not trying to. They're not all identical.
Correct.
It's the same process and same colors, but with everything being slightly different.
Yeah.
Then you're not. You don't. Well, that was. I can see where the batch changed. Well,
Yeah,
that
so
doesn't
it's
apply.
a small batch process.
mhm.
We're not a commodity dealer. We never have been.
Mhm.
900 square foot is a good number if you're talking about like how much we make in a batch.
Very good. So I started using Lunata, God, years ago. I guess you introduced me to them when we came here. So
And one of the reasons I started using Lunata Bay is because there was someone I could call like Ken, because I loved, especially down in Florida, loved to use glass tile, and I was having problems with all the other tiles, and then no one would answer the phone call and come to help me out except for you, and then you were explaining to me the why behind the failures were happening, and so that's when I was like, okay, I got.
and you didn't make me
And
feel
I
like
used
an
to
idiot.
bother him all the
Yeah.
time. Ken, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. But it really is something. It's a conversation I have with every single owner of why we're more expensive is because the
process is
process is
Yeah.
completely different. Which gets back to my next question is,
Yeah.
so why shouldn't a pool builder just order some glass tile from the distributor, hand it to this tile man and say, get this thing installed? Is there any problem with that?
How much time do we have today?
It's very important. It's like one of the most important things as a builder.
Not enough
To
people.
understand
But that,
why.
and to the point of your question, that's what most people do. It's but glass, so pool guy sells a glass tile.
it could be
What's
outside.
different?
You're
Doesn't
good.
matter.
Well, number
Yeah.
one, people, you go into a design room, you go into a showroom, you go look at the wall and they go, oh, yeah, our pool rated tiles are over here. Well, pool rated, number one, is my dead giveaway because there's no such thing.
Yeah.
Okay, there are
Use the word a
tests.
while ago.
Right, there's tests and things we can do, but we have to take those tests and then extrapolate whether they're suitable for a pool or spa. There's nothing, no test through ANSI, ISO that basically stipulates what a pool tile standard is or what it should meet to be that standard. There are ANSI standards for ceramics 137.1, for glass 137.2. But these are minimum standards. And a pool being an exterior chemically treated environment, we have a lot of differentiating factors that set us apart in the pool industry aside from the
Anything
normal
else.
regular tile industry.
Yes.
Correct. So I guess that's it for that. But no, but okay.
That's all she wrote on that one.
No, I think.
But no,
Don't
walking.
buy a
The
regular
question
pool
is,
tile.
I mean, it gets back to the builder needs to understand, and the tile salesman. By the way, I've got a great tile salesman. She's great, Beth.
Beth.
Oh yeah,
Hudgens.
that's the last time
But
I
one
was
of the
here.
reasons, like one of the things when I first moved here, I'm like, listen, I got to find someone that I can send my clients to that they know the difference and they know what to look for before they show them any tile at all, because it has to be able to be in a freeze thaw, and it has to have
Submerged application.
submerged applications, it has all
freeze-thaw,
this
Temperature changes.
thermal shock,
thermal shock, all the stuff that we
water
run
absorption,
into.
which not a lot of people talk about when we get to. So, a lot of people don't understand the rigors of being installed. It comes down to the right setting material, comes down to the right tile. I mean, your first thing is selection.
Correct.
And when you go in there, a big thing right now that we just talked about, I'm on a National Tile Contractors Association. So not just the manufacturers, but I sit on an installation group's technical committee. Because the key to having a tile work successfully is it needs to be installed properly. But there's a lot of tiles that when you purchase or you get from a retail outlet that from the beginning, they're meant to fail.
Yeah.
And a lot of it
They're just turning a product.
correct. And a lot of it has to do with were they manufactured correctly, were they annealed correctly, which is the slow cooling down of a molten product. Okay? What are the glazes? Are they good quality glazes on a ceramic? Or is it really a porcelain or is it a ceramic? And there's a differentiating factor there, and it is the water absorption. So
I'm going to say one story on that too before we pass
Go ahead.
over the opportunity for it. But that's one of because we're talking about coverings. That's one thing that caught me not knowing of too much about that when I went to it the first time. Is every single booth at this massive tile and stone event is turned inside, like the wall. Everyone has walls around their booth like it's a fortress. And I'm going, what the? I mean, you're supposed to want people in. And you come through the door, and why is this? And it's because all the Chinese manufacturers are trying to copy everything.
funny story is that one of the things that we used to wrap our booth because it was totally open.
Yeah,
We used to take black shrink wrap
yeah,
and wrap our booths because at one time there was a specific tile that we had on the wall. Show started on a Monday. By Wednesday, it was in 2 booths over in another pavilion.
They had found it, copied
Found
it,
it, copied it,
Uh-huh.
and had it in their booth.
Yeah. And that's
Wow.
and it's
That's
cheap
crazy.
knockoffs because they're just trying to get the look to turn a dollar and make a
the
profit
square
on it
footage
without
price.
having
Yeah.
the design and the quality behind it. And that's what you would see then, or the guy with the little whatever the
mirror.
selfie stick Yeah, they
Yeah.
were doing up there, trying to walk around. Hey! I mean, it's like guards at the whole, at
That's
each booth.
just
I mean, it's
crazy.
insane. I was like,
Yeah,
what
we
is
have
this?
people
But
walking around with
that
a
shows
selfie-
the industry of
with
what
a
it's-
selfie stick,
Yeah, uh-huh.
and they go over the walls don't even help anymore because they go right over the
Got a
top of
drone
the
that's
walls.
over the top of the thing now. I know.
A drone.
But that proves the point that it's so cutthroat, and there's if you can make it quality and intended the way your process goes, but if someone's just trying to copy a style, that's when people get the one that gets screwed are the guys that are just buying. Oh well, this I like the way this looks. It's cheaper, without looking at the
It's
reason
$4
behind
a
it.
square foot. It's
Right.
glass. My
Yeah.
clients are going to love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, $4. It's perfect.
Good luck.
yeah. Have fun with that.
that's
Yeah.
So sorry. Anyway,
Go ahead. No, that was good.
So I think if you could walk through how important and the steps of prep, waterproofing, thin set materials, all the stuff that goes along with making sure that we have a wonderful tile product that'll last for the years to come.
So I'm going to start with two things that are very uncommon. Number one, we don't talk about the substrate. Okay, we don't talk about the substrate being proper.
So you need 1,500 psi for the shell.
Absolutely, that and a bunch of rebound.
that's right. Just it's not lick and stick. It's like
It's
clay.
okay.
You
It's
just
so
start.
easy.
Yeah, well, you can't
so
blame the
easy.
tile because it falls off the shell. The shell falls apart.
Yeah. Yeah. True story there.
So
Anyway, go
good.
ahead.
The standards that I've always worked with are 4,000 psi standard, 5,000 if it's a saline or salt pool. And we're not going to go into the science behind that because that's
It's a
whole
little
other
rabbit hole.
animal. Yeah.
that's a little boring. But then mixing, people don't realize how important, because now we're talking about layers before the tile. So proper mixing is the one thing that's so commonly overlooked.
Be patient.
Be patient, but understand that water content is critical. So if you tell me you're just going to go grab that garden hose, okay, that's been sitting in the sun, it's 105 degrees, and then turn the water on and throw it in a bucket with a bag of thin set and mix it to a peanut butter consistency or oatmeal, yeah, that's,
Not gonna.
and you wonder why your tile fails,
Yeah.
right? It's not the tile. It's as simple as mixing.
The process matters more
Well, the
than
process
anything.
is critical.
Yeah, and that's why some of the best tile guys are the ones that are like they're so ADD and everything has to be perfect. It's almost spectrum people because it has to follow this thing to make it work.
So one of my mentors in the tile setting side of things, he used to batch his water. So in other words, he'd take 55-gallon drums, take all his water from the same source on the same day.
Yeah,
That way he knew the variation wasn't going to be in the water.
you isolated that as a part of the solution, not the problem.
Isolated it as part of the problem. So he'd batch it, and then he'd take his thin set bags and mix those because they always come from bottom to top. He'd switch them, but then he knew that there was really is controlling the color of the thin set. Really important with translucent tiles that you can see through. Because the color of the thin set matters a ton. If I have a thin set with white sands versus gray,
Totally different looking tile.
and it's going to change your watercolor.
Yeah,
If I have thin set with tan sand, you know what color that's going. It's going to go to a green hue. So a lot of these thin sets weren't bright white. And they were, in the early days, they were setting with a brown or gray. So it's just, it's so critical. Water content, absolutely critical. Don't put the guy that just started yesterday on the mixing bucket.
No, for sure.
yeah.
Or if you
'Cause
do-
and that's what people do. The new
Yeah,
guy, you know.
Right. And there's so much about, even RPMs and temperature and all that. They all matter.
And time,
And time.
speed.
Yeah, people
all that
need to know the word slake or set. So when you're using a polymer modified materials and you basically mix the bucket and then you take it right to the setter, you're not giving a chance for those polymers to homogenize, to work within the mix, to become part of it, to activate. So now you've just bought a bag of cement that's polymer modified, and now it's just a bag of cement.
Right. It never.
And people wonder why glass tiles fall off the wall.
But then you wait too long, and it's
Yeah,
Not,
you would,
it's a science. It's
right.
a balance to it.
And then you go add more water and try to re-emulsify or remix.
Mm-hmm.
No, when a bucket's done, it's done. When
Yeah.
your pot life is over, it's over.
Move on to the next bucket.
Yeah.
From there.
Then you get to your mortar beds. Mortar beds are critical. We have this critical for a bunch of reasons. And when I say this, the build out, like try to keep your build at a medium. Tolerances are tolerances. What a lot of people don't know is that differential thickness in a thin set can cause tiles to crack and break. So you want to get your substrate as flat and in plane as possible.
So don't just throw some thin set on there and just
Oh no. No, when I first
see it all the
started,
time.
Yeah.
It's
when I
awful.
first started, there was a great method, and we used
They
to
don't
call
even know
it,
what brown in is.
yeah,
Yeah.
they used to call it the butterball method.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
You remember that?
I do.
Take your thin set, wad
Yeah.
it up in a ball, stick it to the back of the tile,
Yeah.
stick the tile on. Who cared about level?
Yeah.
Tile was going to be level because you just put a bigger ball if it wasn't on the back.
It's one way.
But that was an actual method.
Yeah.
But mortar beds should be straight, flush, and in plane. They should be bringing out your pool to a level state, and then setting your tile on top of that. You can actually use, a thin bed setting material and not have to make it up with a thick bed.
Right.
Because a lot of people, what I see now, is they're trying to make up square with more thin set, and that's nothing
That's
but
a horrible idea.
it's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Right. So you try to just keep the same thickness or gauge around the pool, and then set your tile accordingly.
Right.
It will actually set level.
What I tell our owners, I'm like, hey, if the prep for the tile isn't sexy, just for you to look at,
There's a problem.
they're not. We wouldn't be installing it correctly. It needs to be freaking perfect before any tile goes anywhere.
Correct.
Good way to put it. If that
I
also
said,
needs to be sexy.
if that's not
Yes.
sexy, when you come out here, you're like, wow, that looks really beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you're doing it wrong.
And then we go into waterproofing or the crack isolation membrane / waterproofing. Could be either. There's a big variance in the two. One gives a little bit of flexibility, the other's pretty rigid. So when I'm setting a rigid material like a porcelain, I'm good with a rigid cementitious waterproofing. If I'm setting something like glass, which is
Gonna move.
highly expansive and contractive, it's going to move. I'm looking for a flexible crack isolation membrane to set underneath that. The other thing is I'm looking, once I get over that, I will tell you this, if I can add anything to this. A lot of times we don't do our damp proofing or waterproofing correctly on a water line because we leave the mortar bed underneath where it's going to meet the plaster in a water line. We leave that void at the bottom of the mortar bed open. And what happens is water wicks up in behind the tile, and now you got efflorescence on the tile, but people don't realize the pressures that are caused by voids behind tile.
Yeah.
We could go into
bulge. It's amazing.
right, but we've measured pressures like with minerals, like salt and calcium, and we've measured them up to 22 to 2400 psi.
It's a lot.
And what is your bond strength required? It's around 100 psi, 50 actually for submerged.
Yeah.
So your tile doesn't stand a chance if you have that pressure behind your tile.
Yeah. It's popping.
It's gonna pop.
Yeah. Period.
It's-
With waterproofing, is there any one specific system, brand, a couple that worked? I mean, not
Don't
So-
step into that.
well, I mean, I'm not.
So you know me by now.
Yes.
Okay. If we were off air, I'm going to give you what I prefer. But really, I look at it a different way. There's not one product that can do everything. There's not a silver bullet,
The system.
right?
Yeah.
There's no system. I look at a pool because every pool is different. So damp proofing is actually situational. So what am I setting, right? What's my compatibility with my final product? And what am I trying? Am I trying to stop negative side pressure? Am I only worried about positive side? Are we on a dam wall, a negative edge, a raised spa? Where are we
Yeah.
in this pool?
Situational application.
Situational application. So there is not one product that's a silver bullet. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
There is not one fix-all or one all-inclusive damp-proofing product.
But you do recommend that it is used.
Always.
Okay.
Always.
Okay. I've known, I know especially plaster guys. I won't touch a pool if it's got a, waterproofing on it. I've had stories on that end, but
it's been studied and I can tell you there's pools that are 20, 22 years old, that have no problems with plastering over a damp proofing product. Now, before that, and this is one thing when it got to waterproofing that just piqued my interest, but it was also because a lot of all-tile pools were failing.
Yeah.
And that was a product back. That's how I met Skip Phillips and a lot of these pool builders. They're using a product called Aquafin.
Yeah.
I used to use Aquafin.
And how many failures?
Positive and negative.
Positive, negative side.
Yeah.
But we were having a lot of problems in Southern California with delaminations.
Yeah.
And so that piqued my interest. And then when I figured out the material science behind it, it was never meant to go in a pool because the manufacturer didn't understand the process of putting plaster in a pool. Which was as simple as a guy getting in there in spikes, perforating the flexible membrane
with the spikes on it.
And then once you did that, you had water infiltrating underneath and causing
product.
delamination.
Right.
And it was just simple things like that. Like, really? You got a guy dragging his feet? Because they don't pick up and walk gently.
But at the time, that was the product to use.
It was. It was. And I think, I know.
Is this in like the late 2000s or like 08, 09, 2010?
Yeah.
I remember going
15.
to the Genesis classes back then, and like whatever it was one year, and it was, Dave and everyone, and I think if you don't waterproof, you're an idiot. Every single pool should have waterproof. Well, yeah, Bill says no pool should ever have it because his shotcrete is 30,000 psi. It's basically impenetrable. But whatever year that was, that was to say everyone had to do it. If you didn't, you're an idiot. And then you go back the next year, and it's not even mentioned one time. It's like, no, and then we don't.
I remember those days.
We don't use that. If you use that, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that became my number one call.
Yeah.
When I was, people come out and they call me and say, hey, I got this tile delaminating. Well, it came so common that I say, oh, did you use this product on your pool?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes. And I go, oh.
Of course it did.
But that's what y'all just told me to use last year.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that the industry, just because, it's a newer, it's an older industry, but we were so many materials,
we were all learning it together.
Were coming in on the market, and we were just putting them in because they were cool and no one knew better. And so, like us old folks, we figured we just had to figure it out and eat it, just constantly eat it, and
it's R&D, just in real life application for
R&D.
someone else's thing.
That's exactly right.
But
yeah.
So also control joints. Those are on every single pool we put them as needed. But that's another thing that we never knew about a long time ago was never control joints. What do you mean? Well, it's going to move. It needs to have somewhere to go. And so that's one thing that in the last 7 or 8 years we've been on every single pool.
But so many still don't do that, or even know about it.
Don't even know about it.
Comprehend the fact that tile needs control joints, just like concrete.
Yep.
But every manufacturer in the tile sector recommends them.
Yeah.
TCNA recommends them. NTCA recommends them. And so these acronyms, Tile Council of North America.
That's actually my next question, is to get into
I'm going to lay off of that then.
Okay. Well, we're going there next. It's transition. It's fine.
But these industries have standards for expansion or control provisions. Every tile assembly, whether it's interior or exterior, should have expansion provisions. It's written in all the manuals, all the standards, all the recommendations. If you go to a thin set manufacturer, it's on their bags. Okay, and in the pool industry, and
it's not just COIA for no reason.
No, it's
things move.
Yeah,
for a big reason. Things move in a pool, and especially above where the water line is,
in a shower,
because that's where your vertical and horizontal planes come
meet
together. So there's going to be movement there. If you're the back of your coping, if you don't have a provision for where that deck is going to move,
it shears the bond beam, right?
It's going to shear the bond beam right
every
in.
single
Exactly.
Every single time.
So we call it the coping, the deck to coping interface. That's the top. The most important for tile is the tile to coping interface.
Right.
So what a lot of people don't understand is where these things should be placed. And I'll give it really simply so I'm not going to give the science behind it, but it's 90-degree angles, changes in plane, and dissimilar materials. So wherever you have 90s, changes in plane, you're mirroring stone to glass or stone to
corners.
porcelain, all 90-degree angles.
All corners, yeah.
All 90-degree angles. I'm not a big proponent on doing the 8 to 10 feet on vertical surfaces around a pool. Because if you're using an offset tile, that straight
That
line,
line
with it,
shows,
and there's
yeah.
Or even the fact that we went like this.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to
You
be
see
ugly.
that.
I mean, even though the silicones that come with the grouts that you can purchase with them are supposed to be the same color, they're different.
Yep.
Because once we get water in the pool, cementitious thin
Correct.
sets, they work differently. So, real critical, if there's one thing that I could tell everybody that needs to be done in every pool, it's proper placement of expansion joints.
Yeah.
Because then when tiles stop popping, because of the pressures,
It'll stop.
they want to blame the tile.
Right.
And that's a cost that we account for, but it's $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah.
By the time you do back of coping, underneath the tile, between the tile and the coping, and then it's a real cost, and that's something that we're always higher, of course.
And that's
But that's why. That's an
But
easy
that's
thing to
part of-
explain to the owner, and they're like, "Oh, well, that makes sense."
Yeah, that's
It's-
part
it's
of
a
selling
no-brainer.
yourself.
and that's
Yep.
and that's a point to make, is that it's the sales process when you're doing this, and to explain to a homeowner, getting multiple bids, and you're doing it right. Some guys are doing it right. A lot of guys, not that they just don't do it wrong on purpose, they just don't even know.
Just don't know.
And we had one recently, went out to a job, and it's all of a sudden, well, there are problems here, and he didn't even know it. And how's it fix it? And it's going to be
It's so much
astronomical,
Right, because
to
what is the
fix.
proper way to fix it?
Because he didn't
right
know
way.
to begin with. Correct.
The proper way, and people don't realize this, is to go back to substrate.
Yeah.
That's the proper way. Because
That's the shell.
right, because the expansion joint is supposed to go behind everything. So it goes it separates the planes. If there's not a clear airspace and then the caulking over the top of it, that movement's going to transfer.
Yeah.
And that's when you start getting issues.
Yeah. Well, and the point I was trying to make on that too is it needs to go to the homeowner to know that this is going to be, you're going to use this tile. It's going to be not just the cost of the tile difference, like
Right.
glasses, whatever, $10 more a foot than something else. It's astronomically different because you're dealing with a completely different installation set and understanding what that is. And yes, it's condemned, but you got to charge for it.
But let's be.
But even porcelain needs to have the proper
Correct.
substrate.
Correct.
I want to be
proper
very, very
brown in.
clear because there's only one way to set tile in a pool. Okay, it doesn't matter what the material is. It can be stone, it can be glass, it can be porcelain, it can be ceramic. One method.
Yeah.
Now that method may change between thin set manufacturers because they can override the standard with their system. So in other words, if I want to know what the system is to set glass tile in a submerged application, I'm going to the vendors. I'm going to Latacretes, Mapes, Custom, SGMs. I'm going to those companies to say, what is your system for setting this tile in a pool?
The whole system.
The whole system.
That's right.
And they're going to call out expansion joints, but they may have a little different steps where the waterproofing goes or the damp proofing. Not a big proponent, and we're trying to change those things, but yes, it's they have their own, and for you to obtain the warranty, you have to do them.
Have followed their system step by step, piece by piece,
Correct. And
line by line.
It's not that hard. There's people out there that work for these companies that'll train just like I am with Lunata Bay. Come out to the site, we'll train. That's part of our added value. Our added value is to get out there and be proactive, not reactive. So let's train, let's teach up front so people know and they don't have to go through what guys like me went through, which is trial by error, which is costly.
Well, to your point, as far as it being a value add, I don't use any other glass tile. I know there's some other good ones out there, but I don't have the relationship with those people like I do with you. So
Well, I appreciate
We
that.
got
true.
a phone number we can
And it's
call.
been going,
and we do like
and
this.
it's been like
so,
that for
yeah.
14 years.
That's right. I know.
So
Yeah.
it's very important to have that
Yeah, it is. It's,
you can-
it's critical.
because
and-
ultimately, I mean, if I don't have a good relationship with the rep, I just don't do business with them because
that's across the
at
board.
the end of the day
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, that's all for a pool owner. That's all that matters.
people don't understand the importance of relationships.
Yeah.
And it boils down to have the rep come out to your job. Okay, have them train you, then bring them back out down the road and say,
I think
hey,
you've trained us 3 times.
yeah, yeah.
At least
Eventually
3
you'll
times.
learn.
No, it's just
I know.
once in Florida, a couple times here.
Different,
And it
different
was-
guys.
But no, but it was
different
like it
people.
was
I know.
it was
Yes.
also a refresher course,
Right.
You know, same thing with waterproof. It's
Yeah,
like,
we
hey,
just
we
did
need,
that recently.
you know, you guys have been doing this, and it's all good. But hey,
Well, the key for me is because this happens all the time. I'll train, then the installer or the builder will think they still know better. And then they'll have problems.
That's not the way we
and
do
then,
it. We
then
do it
they
this
call
way.
me to
Yes.
retrain. Like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that didn't work.
Yeah.
So then they call you to retrain, but it's okay because our industry,
well, it changes.
Yes.
too. So one thing you thought you were doing 7 years ago correctly, and then
Like
you
we
keep
said,
doing it.
yeah.
It's like, oh,
You're an idiot if you're not doing waterproofing.
you're not
an
doing-
idiot if you put waterproofing on. And then we found the right solution to it over time.
Right.
So, but
Right.
yeah. Let's go into TCNA.
Tile Council of North America.
Yes. Tell us what is you were on said council.
I am a voting member of the committee.
Okay.
I sit on the TCNA handbook committee for PHTA.
Okay.
So basically,
We need one more acronym in there. Can
Yeah, please,
you,
give one more.
It's not
yeah,
enough. More
we
letters.
need more.
All right. Sorry.
No, it's okay because I get lost in them too all the
Start
time.
throwing some numbers in there.
But man,
That's
if you
6, 3,
actually
9,
start
4,
saying all the
17.
titles,
You calling from a walkie-talkie? Where are we? Sorry.
no, it's okay because it is. It's a world of acronyms anymore. Well, especially in technical services, it's all acronyms.
Yeah.
Because if you spelled everything out, you'd have an essay.
Yeah.
It would be 500-600 words. Tile Council of North America is the governing body of the tile industry. And when I say that, they're basically the ones that work with the ANSI and ISO standards. They have different committees, and one of them is the handbook committee. And the handbook committee is basically they help write the standards and recommendations and the installation methods for almost every, well, I will say for almost every tile assembly that's out there. So type of tile, indoors, exterior, how to do shower pans. It's all in that manual. It's about 500 pages.
Yeah.
And pool industry is limited to 3.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
So 3 out of 500 pages is related to swimming pool.
Well, and we
under
can throw in
TCNA.
EJ 171, which is the expansion joint standard,
Yeah.
because it'll reference different standards. It'll, so if you want to know what the industry says or the cautions and precautions, it has them all in there.
So why if it is, we're dealing with extra applications, we're the enemies of concrete and tile or sun and concrete or sun and water and time.
Right.
And what do we have outside?
Right.
All 3. But the industry itself only gives a passing glance to it.
Really, the pool industry in a whole has never been visible to the tile industry.
They hadn't cared.
They hadn't cared.
Okay.
I mean, when I first started, we weren't getting setting materials that were made for pool applications. We were getting the best material manufacturers had
For the shower.
that would work in that situation.
Yes. That can use when
This
wet, but
gets
you're
wet.
not
Yeah.
sun and water and time.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Submerged.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we were getting the best they had for that, but it wasn't designed for that environment.
Right.
It's the same thing. We haven't been real visible or vocal about the pool industry within these other tile committees. So one of the big pushes was for PHTA.
Hello.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Like,
Here
hey,
we
we're-
are.
We're out here. We
Yeah.
need a lot of help.
So is that your role with PHTA
So
as
my
well?
role for PHTA, I'm the faculty advisor for damp proofing and tile. So that's PHTA Genesis. But I also hold the PHTA seat on the Tile Council of North America. Now, I've been involved in that for about 5 years
Okay.
on the committee itself. But it's the pool needs a voice, and
Amen.
you know, I'm honored to actually be that voice, because we need to start going, you know, it's represented by labor, manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a mix of all.
Very similar to ACI.
Very similar to ACI.
For concrete.
Yep, for
but
concrete.
Same level of
Correct.
jurisdictional control. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah.
Correct. But, you know, some of the references are to the old APSP
Mm-hmm.
standard, not the PHTA standards.
Yeah.
Some of the references, they really don't have a clear
At least it's not
understanding.
NSPI back from the 80s.
Right.
I know.
Yeah, they don't have a clear understanding of what we face in the pool industry. So we're trying to make that clearer so that the standards can reflect, you know, the interest of the pool industry, not just the tile
So
industry.
Ken is a squeaky wheel in the room with the TCNA meetings.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Squeaky wheel
Someone needs to be.
for
That's
the
right.
for the
industry.
National Tile
Right, I
Contractors
know.
Association. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's people out there that knew pools, but they hadn't really worked in them.
Yeah.
You know, there's people out there that represent the pool industry, but yet they've never worked in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they've never, you know, gone out and looked at a number of pools for
Seen failures, seen what happens.
failures, see why the failures are, but they don't even want to
The
research.
curiosity that got you in the industry to begin with.
Correct.
isn't
They don't
there.
want to research why they happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, I'm going to be very honest. Manufacturers out there are there to protect their own product.
Yeah. CYA.
CYA.
Mhm.
That's why I've always said, do things the correct way, give them less of a foothold to be able
them
to say.
accountable from the beginning.
Right. And
Yeah.
that works with what you said
Mm-hmm.
about manufacturers, working with them, people you like.
Mm-hmm. Your relationships.
But if they see your work, they're less likely to have a problem with it down the road.
and bring them to you. Make that call. Don't just buy the product. Hey, I'm going to, you know, this is a big job. It's something we hadn't done before. Will you come out and work with our guys to install this? for the first
Reactive,
time?
not reactive.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Very good. One other topic you mentioned, you said, and it jarred my thought, that you said tile assemblies, not just tile. I'm going to go there. It's fine. And so.
Oh, I thought we were going to get away with this.
No,
one.
I'm sorry. It's because that's a big deal. What does that mean? Mesh back glue, individuals, paper face, mount. Hit that.
As much mesh and glue as you can get on the back,
Yes.
the better.
You only need about 13% coverage, and you're fine. When you stick it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you might as well put it on with water soluble glue so it can go
Yeah,
in
that's
water.
right.
Elmer.
Elmer's glue, yeah.
Or flex tape.
It fixes everything.
It does. That's what I hear. Okay, sorry.
Double-sided tape. You know the new lick and stick they're
Yes,
putting
done.
in? Just last month, I saw it in a pool.
Did you really?
I did.
No,
Does it happen to be one in Orlando, Florida?
I've seen the
Because I've
plastic.
got one. Sorry.
Have you seen the plastic face?
Yeah, the Mylar face, plastic face.
No. Have you seen it attached to the?
Oh,
To the fence
they put the plastic on the back
fence
side, not the. Yes.
So I have seen, because we
That happened in
paper
my old
face.
neighborhood. We were remodeling it, and the whole thing was just. And I'm like, sir, do you see the
There's the front and the back.
plastic face is supposed to be on the front? And there's a little problem with the delamination here.
That's what we call a release
He was
agent.
so embarrassed. It was a release. It's like a form release.
That's right.
That's what we put
It's like
on
popcorn. It just pops off.
Yeah, he was thinking it was a cantilever deck.
Insane. I'm like, don't worry. The rest of your pool, when I toured, I was like, the rest of your pool, I'm sure, was built top
So,
notch.
yeah, they
If
knew
did this
exactly
part,
what they were doing.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
So we can talk about mountings.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen tons of paper face done that way.
Have you really?
Yeah, and it's the funniest thing.
So
'cause
you're
paper-
saying it's an
Unbelievable.
odd thing, but it happens
That's
on a
insane.
bi-weekly
No, it
basis.
happens
Yeah.
all the time. I saw a designer recently on the website. And we'll not name names. So it was our tile installed backwards, paper face against the wall.
Oh my god!
Because it added texture.
No, because they thought that
Yeah, I know.
Well, the ground joints were about that wide,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but it was the back of the tile on the wall with the paper behind it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And it was the front page of her website advertising her design services.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
Oh, yeah, guess what state?
I don't get Florida. Sorry.
Same place where I actually saw the licking stick
Yeah.
on a water line.
Jeez.
Tile assemblies make a huge difference
Yes.
because there are standards and recommendations that talk about the amount of contact to the back of the tile. But let me clear this up first. The only way you get that amount of contact behind the tile is to create less airspace. So airspace behind a tile gives a place for water to pool and puddle. Therefore, you can get mold, you can algae, because we can't sanitize it because it's stuck back there. So I'm sure you guys have pulled tile before. Well, probably not you because you're the pretty face in the room.
I don't
Chad
know if he's
has.
a pretty face, but he's the face.
The voice. I've got a
The
face
voice.
made for radio.
He's got a face for radio.
That's
for
right.
sure.
But you've pulled tiles and seen mold behind them.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's because there's airspace back there and there's no way for the water to clarify it.
So
in order
it just
to get
sits in molds.
sanitized.
Right.
It just sits and grows mold. Well, we've also found that some of the backing units that they use on tile also are a feeding agent for those molds.
As in some of the mesh.
Some of the mesh products and some
Okay.
of the glue products
Okay.
actually, when they start re-emulsifying, become a feeding agent.
Wow.
For
So it's not only
bacterias.
creating space for it, it's encouraging mold growth.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So when we're talking, the number one thing is please don't have voids behind the tile where water can populate.
Okay.
Plain and simple. So there's a method, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to create the standard of 95% contact to the back of the tile.
Correct.
Now, when I first started, it was 100% contact. They had to drop that down a little bit because it's impossible. So let's start with, given the number of 95%, let's start with the different assemblies. So let's start with mesh. On average, with mesh, about the maximum with the best mesh out there, you're only going to get about 62 to 65% coverage to the back of the tile.
I thought it was
that's
80 something. 60?
60.
And that's the best, like the least
Because
mesh.
you're either sticking to glue or you're sticking to the mesh. And there's very few places in the back of the tile that are clean, free from that.
Yeah.
So you're sticking to either the glue or the mesh. So about 62, 65%, somewhere around there on the best.
So then go back to the thing, and I've heard recently heard different things from different tile manufacturers. Mesh should never be used in a pool.
It's a hot topic right now in all the industries.
I've seen. I mean, I'm
Go
not
ahead.
sticking up for it at all because I stay away from it. But I have seen old school tile that's still stuck there,
Oh, absolutely.
and so I've seen it be successful. So did they change? Did they change any of the mesh back
it
material?
goes with the quality of the manufacturer.
Okay.
Okay. Again, we talked about quality of tiles. Well, the quality of the assemblies is also critical. So I just read a recent article that was put out 10 years ago by Custom Building Products about mesh back tile and submerged applications. They won't warranty their products.
They won't work to their own?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Because can't.
Because you can't.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because you can't. You don't meet the minimum standard
Required.
criteria
Right.
of.
Yet they still produce it.
But you
and put
can,
it out there.
exactly.
Well, they're like, put it on your backsplash.
Well, the whole thing is it's fine. Just when you get to wet areas where
Submerged application.
some of the water soluble glues can re-emulsify,
Right.
and people put voids behind it, now you got double trouble.
Yeah.
So the standard is 95%. Now, the caveat with this is reputable manufacturers will give you specific instructions for what setting materials can be used on their meshback products. They can override everything. It's the manufacturer that you should get this, and you know my saying, verbal's verbal, but written, if I'm doing anything with a tile manufacturer that I have questions about, I want a verbal acknowledgement of the acceptability of usage. I don't want it verbal.
No, you don't say that again. You said verbal acknowledgement. You want a written.
No, I want a written acknowledgement.
Yes, correct.
No, I don't want a verbal
Right.
acknowledgement.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
Of course, now with the little AI recorders, you you know.
Yeah,
of
you
that
can get
too,
that
but
without them
still,
knowing.
I know.
And it's a good thing with the meta glasses.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's-
helps too. That's right. Sorry, go ahead.
But yes, that's it's critically important to make sure you get the bio. So even though the tile, even the pool industry stated in one of the position statements a long time ago that meshback tiles should never be placed in pools.
Yeah.
But yet we see it all the time, and that's because if a manufacturer states that it's
That it's
okay
pool
for
rated.
use,
Same
Right.
conversation we had earlier.
Yeah.
exactly, they override the industry.
But then they don't
And
have
common
to
sense.
warranty their own product that
Then
they
they do.
say is?
Correct,
Okay.
then they do.
Okay. So
But get it in
if
writing.
they say in their product that it is pool rated, even with the back, the manufacturer is required to stand behind it in a submerged application.
Well,
legally?
requires a tough word.
Yeah.
So if the product's overseas, good luck
Yeah.
suing an overseas company.
Right.
Okay.
Again, you go back to the relationship
Go back to the
with the
relationship
company
with the
and-
manufacturer
right.
or your source.
Mhm.
So it could be a distributor, could be a dealer. There's a lot of good mesh back material out there, and I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Problem is, there's an influx of bad products that are causing a lot of pool builders a lot of issues,
Yeah.
and it's more towards that end, not to the quality manufacturers that are actually out there making it. And a lot of them have done their research. They're not using water soluble glues. They're using better fiber.
This is what I've heard recently too. A good quality manufacturer talking about I know that 95% is what it says, but we stand behind our
Right.
mesh because it is this. Because I was like, mesh is a bad word,
Right.
and that's where I'm trying to get some clarity, but I'm not really getting clarity here.
I'll
So,
get you clarity here.
okay.
Real clear.
All right.
If the manufacturer states in writing that it's acceptable, and you know that manufacturer,
And you have a relationship with that manufacturer.
they have a website, they have instructions, they have testing. Absolutely.
Okay.
I would have no problem installing it. Like some of the old tiles that, like you said, I can't pull the tile off the wall and it's mesh backed,
Yeah.
Sure.
right? But methods and materials were different back then.
Yeah.
We weren't using real highly modified materials, using slight. So as the material changes, things change.
And to that same point though, I mean, it was good in the old days, but also we've got all the Chinese manufacturers and the cheap stuff that's coming out there, and you don't know what's good and bad. So
Right.
that's what's muddling the.
And that's where you look.
story.
That's where
Right.
I go to a
Why stick-
website.
yeah.
On our website, I have 5 training videos. I have multiple documentation on usage. We have everything there, and we have a technical service site that you guys can go to and ask the question, and it gets answered.
And for watching this, it doesn't mean Lunata is the only one that does
No,
this.
no,
It
no,
does.
no,
And there
no.
are some great other companies
There's
that are
a
your
lot of-
competition.
yeah.
But in the glass and in the other products as
Right,
well.
glass,
that-
stone.
Yeah, any tile
ceramic.
element to it. So
Correct.
I don't want you do it right, others do too. But the important thing is do your research and don't just
Know your product.
just buy it from distribution because you like the color and be like, oh well, I guess it'll be good. Do your research behind it and
Right.
see where they stand.
Now, because glass is a little different,
Yeah.
number one, it's impervious. It's a little difficult to bond to because you need a highly modified mortar to bond to it. It's thin set. So we venture on the safe side, which is paper facing,
Yeah,
Yeah. And then, yeah. For sure.
because it
the
has.
correct side.
That way, because you can put that against the wall.
You can put that
cool.
against the wall. Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, if you're looking for green water,
Works every time.
put the water, the brown back
Don't
there.
put the paper on the wall, folks. Just telling you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So yes, we want to get that 100%, 95, 92, whatever the biggest percentage of contact we want that on the back of our tile.
Yeah.
And we show that on, the videos show how to get that contact, but we also do trainings across the country. I'm in Jacksonville this week on Wednesday or Thursday doing another training for the pool industry.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of
For a
time.
contractor or just for the industry as a whole?
It's for the industry. It's a distributor that we're doing it for.
Okay.
So it's good to get the tradesmen in there. The other thing is qualifying your subs. Okay, because we know in the business, Sorry.
Tell me about it.
There's a lot of what I call briefcase contractors, right? They sign the contract, they work as a broker, but everything underneath them is the sub. Electrical sub, shotcrete sub, tile sub, right? Well,
Paper contractor is what I call it. Same concept.
same thing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just papers in a briefcase is
Yeah.
the only difference of the way I look at it.
He's old. He just said briefcase.
They don't carry those around anymore, just so you know.
Briefcase.
It's an iPad now, but same thing. Sorry. It's a tie, the hat, like Don Draper's coming in.
You get the little. Don't forget the little
abacus.
The abacus, the little lock. Yeah, it had a little
Click,
scroll
click,
lock.
click.
Click, click, click. You open it up.
Right. Sorry.
I still have a Rolodex, by the way.
Rolodex. But to your point on that, that's one of the biggest things we teach and talk for years. You have to know more than your sub.
Correct.
Period. You don't have to do it all, but you have to know if your sub is doing it right. Because odds are, if and they can smell it out, and then there's some great subs. Not saying every sub's this way, but as a majority rule, the sub is interested in their check and their time and their schedule, and that's it. And if they know you don't really know what you're doing, then they can skip a corner, move. Let's just get this one done. He'll never catch it. Boom. And I've seen it.
Happens all the time.
Seen it 1,000.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of a story.
Okay.
Because it comes right back to what we were talking about. One of the largest pool builders in the country. They do about 2,500 to 4,000 pools a year.
Couple.
Okay, they're a commodity pool builder, right? I went in there and we had some Lunata Bay that was delaminating off the wall. So we went through the process and it was what I call the old plaster merry-go-round, right? It's
Point fingers.
mortar. No, it's
okay. Yeah.
They mortar, they
Yeah.
thin set, they set and grout in the same day.
Yeah.
And guess what's tomorrow? Plaster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do it the day before plaster.
it's insane.
The 30-day pool special.
Yeah, it is.
I know.
But that's the way they did it. And so I went to do a training seminar, and the owner comes out and he goes, I've been listening to this. And he says, the real issue here? We know that's the right way, but we don't have the time. Or if we made if we tried to do it your way,
We couldn't compete.
we couldn't compete.
Yeah. It doesn't fit our business model.
And
And we have a 1-year warranty if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And it'll last for a year.
yeah, and that's what I said. I said,
Freeze thaw.
you can use
Well, they
our
don't have that
tile
down there in Florida.
without warranty.
But yeah,
You know what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
a inside joke story.
Yeah.
Not a joke. The joke was on me, but whatever. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm with you.
But yeah, the problem is what do you say? You say, okay, you can use my tile without warranty, or you can change your practices and have a warranty. Plain and simple. If
And
you
they
continue to do
most
it,
like
you can
chose
do
to
it.
not do the warranty
Right.
because it's cheaper to replace some tile
But
than
that's
it is
more
to
common.
screw up your entire business
They don't
model.
care.
I know. They
Yeah.
don't care. It's
Yeah.
about this job on Tuesday and the Smith job here and the Johnson's here, and it's not about the person.
But see, it boils down to a real simple phrase. If you're not doing things correctly, don't blame the tile.
I bet you
Yeah.
have that all the time.
Yeah.
But
That
yeah.
tile did it. Just pointing fingers.
Well, I always get the tiles falling off the wall. Your tile's falling off my wall.
Your tile is falling off my
Well, Lunata
wall.
Bay tile's falling off
Yes.
my wall. And it's funny because the tile comes off, it's completely clean. There's no thin set stuck to the back of it, so they never got a bond.
Yeah.
But it's my tile's fault for not sticking to the thin set.
Yeah. Sure enough.
It's like, I think you guys have probably heard this before. Like every technical call I get starts out with the same thing. No, starts out with I've been doing this
I've never had this
30
happen.
years.
I thought it was gonna be your
stuff. I know.
and I've never had a problem
Yes.
failure
Until your
issue.
stuff.
until I used your tile.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure enough. All right, pool pros, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to talk about one of our favorite pool product manufacturers, and that would be Hayward.
I've been with Hayward for 20 years as a pool builder. I started with them in Florida, and I've been with them in Tennessee, and they've been wonderful ever since. If I ever have an issue, they're always there to fix it, and it's a wonderful, wonderful partner.
They've got great products, but even more so than the products is the people behind it and the passion they have for the industry itself.
Thank you so much, Hayward, for sponsoring and helping Elevate become what we all know it will be.
Now, let's get back to the show.
You ready?
Okay, here we go.
So
Part
what
two.
does the future look like for glass tile? Is it the future, or is it?
You know, glass tile's always going to have its place in the mosaic world. I think that a lot of risks are being taken with it right now. And what happens with risks is it gives glass tile a bad name. And
What do you mean by risks?
Now, what I say is, okay, formats are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And grout joints can only get so big. And when people don't use expansion joints, they're going to have problems. And that's going to reflect on the entire industry. I think glass tile will always be around in the mosaic world, all tile pools, feature walls. I mean, glass tile, I'm just going to be honest, is gorgeous. Okay, sometimes it doesn't fit in a high-end contemporary where they want everything monolithic. Glass tile really doesn't have that attribute to it, but because glass tile does so much with watercolor and actually amplifies it, I think it will always be around just because people need to realize what that refraction from the glass does to water. I think it's going to be around in one form or another for a long time.
I do push my on a typical pool, unless they're trying to like add some pizzazz to it. You know, I do try to push it to a porcelain just because they're more stable and it's
Yeah, but
not as risky.
if glass is installed correctly,
But yeah, that's
Well,
right.
it's
No,
an
I'm not
art.
saying-
It's
I'm
an
just
art
saying-
decision as well. And
Right.
one thing is, I used to use it on a lot of stuff too. And I actually brought one of our samples here. I'll hold it up. Whatever that we did. This was on High Valley, the same one. But that was the thing.
oh, that's a mock-up.
Huh? Yeah.
Can we
Well,
talk about mock-ups?
Yeah.
Because that is one thing that is so lost in our industry right now.
What it actually looks like with.
with the grout.
What's going to look like with grout in it, the color, everything. We just
They
don't
don't
do
do
that anymore. No.
Oh, we always do that.
Yeah.
But one thing Lunata Bay does is because I believe in it so much, is we offer 2 square feet for free for mock-ups.
Show what it's going to look like. To understand that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think basically maybe 10 people have asked for that in my
Yeah.
10 years.
So you'll do a mock-up with the grout?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'll do 2 pieces. I'll
Yeah.
do one for the homeowner to sign off
Right.
on it. And I'll do the other one to keep as reference.
Huh. There you Good to
Great
know.
idea.
There you
Didn't know
go.
that.
I know. Very good.
Yeah.
My rep never told me that, so
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of that.
Sorry.
Good thing is I'm the technical guy.
Yeah,
Because he's not the rep.
that is a
There
good
you go.
point. That is
I
a good point. And he was making fun of our sample.
little board.
Really, he's
I
like,
know.
"Ooh, that's
Yeah.
nice."
But
You
this
know
is,
that we can do one a little nicer than that.
But this, what I like about this one too, is it shows what you're talking about before, the striations. You know how
Yeah.
it's each one. You can kind of see the product. We should have shown that when we were doing that. We can,
But yeah, that's part of
Got
the
that
handmade
later.
process of the glass, folds, fissures.
yeah,
And people, that's a hard thing because people want perfect.
yeah,
You know, people get this thing
But-
that I paid this much, I want my tile perfect.
yeah.
But
That's
if you're
the
doing
beauty
a
of it.
handmade artistic,
Yeah.
yes, that's the beauty of it. But one of the phrases we use is that our tile's perfectly imperfect. If it was perfect, it'd look too fake, unreal, right?
No, it's beautiful.
This is a handmade process,
Yeah.
so you are going to have fissures, folds, creases,
Intentionally
wrinkles.
imperfect, and that's
right
from a
it's part
design
of-
standpoint.
Yeah,
it's-
and how we cast it.
because
and-
each one's snowflake, everyone's individual, and it goes from there.
Correct.
You're a
But kind of
snowflake.
to the point we were talking about before, that I'm not backing off glass, but I'm trying to make it more of an art piece. Like I'll do just the spa as a glass,
Yeah.
or just an element, not gigantic walls. A lot of times to do that, to make it pop and stand out more. But a lot of times, even just like a porcelain, a dark color, through body porcelain makes the vessel look like it's the art piece.
Correct.
And that is more stunning than than having it be just the
Yeah.
glass itself. And I know you're getting into more
But
products beside glass.
we are. We're getting into the Japanese high-fired stoneware products. Very high in design. We've come out with some really cool colors based on watercolor that we'll have out soon. We showed
What
it
is
at
that
coverings. It's called Point Lobos.
Okay.
It's a funny name for a tile that kind of looks like an Indonesian stone,
Right.
but the colors are fantastic. The watercolors are incredible with it.
Wow.
They're a little bigger format, so
Okay.
we're getting that linear look in like a 3x9,
Okay.
and then we're also doing 3x3s for that, for the 6-inch water lines.
Okay.
So is that a porcelain or is that a glass?
So it won't quite meet the porcelain standard of 0.05% water absorption. It'll actually,
Ceramic.
it's
Yeah.
just a little bit higher, but Japanese high-fire stoneware is very, very, it's one of the highest quality tiles. So
Looking forward to seeing
I know.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
is
got-
that a textured or is it?
it has a textured surface, so it's
Okay.
great for DCOF,
Okay.
but it's also beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The glazing techniques, the style, the fritted surface. It's just, Carl and our designers and our design team, we don't ever want to make the standard, 6x12 or 3x12 or these subway tiles that
Yes.
are just plain white.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going to have something unique to it, whether it's the glaze, whether it's the extruding process. And these tiles are unique.
And it's a story behind it
There's
as well.
a story behind each one of them, correct? And that's what we did this year for the first time, is we actually, at coverings, put the stories next to the series
Yeah.
to tell how they were created, what the vision was, the whole bit.
Well,
So I know you like to use texture a lot in your
I do.
art pieces and things. What kind of things are y'all working on as far as texture? And we also have done the kind of undulation tile that looks
Yeah.
really cool as well.
Right. And there's a lot of, so we're really big on some of our tiles. We have some movement tiles. A lot of them get really expensive because the way they have to be extruded and done.
Right.
We just came out with a new series that I can't show yet, but I will show you after.
Okay. Thanks.
But just to give you an idea, we're going into more like 3D design, like movement.
cool.
That's my love. Yeah.
I know you love it.
I know. It gets me.
But we're going into a little more like definite movement,
Right.
definite, height differences, different textures. It's for pools. We know it's all about how the water moves over the surface, right? And it's all about changing the eye angle and working that way. And you can correct me, but a lot of these texture tiles we have are like slight,
Right. Yeah.
But
Not enough to really.
not enough to really catch it because they're just little tweaks that we do. But
We're
now
going
there's
all in
A curtain
instead.
wall.
yeah, but then there's some that go all in, just so you know.
Yeah.
That
And that's, to me, texture is the thing. It slows your mental processing down. A flat, whether it's glossy or matte, whichever, your eye takes it in and instantaneously it
Moves on to something
it
else.
takes it and you're gone. But
Right.
when you add some coarseness, some 3D element to it, it's like a computer that it takes it just slows you down and makes you pay attention, grabs your attention and holds you. And that's why I love to play with different textures and contrast between them to make them pop and stand off. But when you add that 3D element to it and those coarse elements, it's a world of difference.
yeah, see, it's funny because in architecture, that catches my eye.
Yeah.
Like anything that Frank Gehry does,
Yeah.
immediately catches my eye because of those variations in textures. His are up front. I
Yeah.
mean, they hit you right in the
Bold.
face. But then there's other architects out there that just do these minor, subtle.
Yeah.
That they do. They make you pause and sit and look at them for a while.
That's interesting.
Thoughts on large format porcelain? It's all the rage now. Fad or fave?
Ooh, somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Somewhere in the middle. I think for a monolithic, modern-looking pool, they're fantastic. There are some that even flex now, which is
The tile flexes?
tile flexes.
Is that pipe? Flex pipe? No? Not
Yeah,
the
same thing as a
Okay,
2-inch
same
flex
thing.
pipe.
Yeah, that's right.
Part of round spa.
Flex pipe in every spa.
There you go.
But yes, it's I don't think it's a fad. I think it's going to stick around because a lot of industries are going to that large format porcelain look. But man, it comes with a load of problems.
Yeah.
Do you and I don't mean to interrupt you. I have a maximum that we'll do because we've tried really large format and we've had failures, even though we were trying to do it right, just because of the expansion and
Right,
the size.
yeah, because
it
of the
just
size.
doesn't have anywhere to go. It's the bigger mass that's just that whole thing. But what do y'all have a maximum of size that y'all like don't really suggest going over?
We don't have anything that large a format. Remember, we stick into the mosaic, smaller tile world. We did come out with some like 12 by 18 size glass.
Really?
Yeah, for interiors.
But to say, I would never use
For
that.
interiors. No, I would.
Do you have a minimum on the glass? Because we typically don't go over
1x2.
1x2s.
So it's so funny because we are the only company that I know of in the industry for pools that we have a recommended size.
What is the recommended size?
No larger than 4 square inches.
Okay.
Okay.
So it could be a 1x3,
Yeah.
right?
Or a 2x2.
But it
Yeah.
can't be a 1x4. It could be a 2x2,
Right.
right? It could be a 1x2. That's fine. It fits in
Yeah.
those parameters. But that's all based on the expansion.
Right.
So how,
Also, doesn't if you said 4 square inches, but you just said a 1x4 doesn't work. That's still 4 square inches. It's because the longevity.
it is because of the longevity.
Yeah.
So anytime,
Explain that.
Well, anytime you go over a certain point with elongation or the length of a tile, you start creating a weak point towards the center. Now, it works two ways because a lot of people love using a long linear tile on a radius,
Yeah.
and it's going to crack in the
I
middle.
don't- What do you mean? Why are you looking at me?
I wasn't looking at you for any particular reason.
What are you talking about?
This doesn't work.
I
on
run it vertically.
radius.
Yeah,
Do it verticals. It's fine. Okay.
I really wasn't looking at you for
just
any
like Jason. Yeah, a lot of people like Jason.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, you get over a certain point, and then once you get similar thickness, a setting material behind it, and it causes
Flexes.
pressures.
Yeah.
So those pressures, remember, glass is not a structural material. So from my side, glass as far as PSI goes, strength, it's not that strong
Yeah.
compared to the setting materials we're using. So what gives first? The glass.
The glass gives.
So you have to take everything in account. So once you go over 2 times its width and length, that's when I start getting nervous with cast glass. Now, the plate glass or the float glass that we see all the time, the coated back, that's a little thicker, and it's a little higher PSI than a cast. So there you can go into a little bigger sizes, but then you still have to think of area. So how much area is in that tile? Because that figure is going to be every degree of temperature change, that mass is going to grow a certain amount.
Right. Exactly.
And it just gets the more area, the more problem.
Yeah.
The bigger the rate of expansion.
You want to talk about education for a minute?
We can.
Are we good with the tile?
Yeah, we're good on tile.
Okay, cool.
We're good
I
on
think
tile?
we have covered tile. Let's talk about Ken and how you are teaching the industry at this point.
Yes, you've had a passion for that for a long time and helping others and all that good stuff. What drives that passion?
Well, there's two. One is it's unless we make our industry better, what are we really doing? I'm not here to sell products, even though I will sell my products, but it's value added. So I want to teach, train, because right now, please help us if YouTube becomes the way everybody learns.
There's a
a
YouTube
trade.
video for that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just from experience, I'll go to YouTube and I'll look at, I have videos on there, so I'm not blaming everybody. But you go in there and 99% teach the wrong way to install tile. So my passion is to get out there. Right now in our trade, the craftsmen are exiting. They're basically aging
They're old
out.
now. Yeah, they're old.
They did a survey in the tile industry, what the average age of a tile setter was.
26.
56 years old.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Oh, it's 30 years long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the craftsmen are aging out.
That's
What we're-
average age.
That's average age.
It's really old.
There's not a lot of young ones
So-
bringing that down.
No, and tile's a hard trade just because your knees, your back, all that stuff. Same thing with pool builders and
Right.
guys that are actually in the hole working.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I had mentors, but my big thing is to give back to the industry that gave so much to me. At this point, it's all about teaching and training. It's the new kids coming in, trying to give them a different view of things.
Do you see that eye-opening experience happen to them?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. My big thing too is I love to be a resource.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we met.
Mm-hmm.
Is I became a resource for
Mhm.
you.
Totally.
And it's just part of my nature. I don't want to see somebody go through the same mistakes I made
Mhm.
because those mistakes cost money. I'd rather see them be
Tile
successful.
can cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Sure does.
So my whole thing's just about teaching and training the people coming in, giving them somebody that they know they can call, and working with good organizations to put that education to
So
work.
tell us about how you work with Genesis.
So I work with Genesis as a faculty advisor and also a teacher.
Okay.
I teach on tile and damp proofing.
Mhm.
I'm currently here in Nashville doing a class on
Yes,
remodels. So, but I work as on their faculty to teach.
What does faculty advisor mean?
Faculty advisor means
Are you writing programs?
I'm writing programs.
Okay.
Correct. Writing programs along with a gentleman named Greg Andrews.
Out of North Carolina?
Greg Andrews is actually out
Maryland.
of Southern California.
No, I'm in the wrong area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally
There you go.
opposite, bro.
Completely other
But
side. Sorry.
you were close because he did do a pool in Raleigh.
Okay. Well, there's once. There you go. So,
He went to Thanksgiving to see his parents in
Yeah.
Raleigh.
But Greg is one of my mentors. Greg, as far as tile setters go, is the bar.
Is he really?
Yeah,
yeah.
he's the bar. He's also out now teaching hands-on. We did a hands-on class together. He's taught a lot of the tile setters that are out there still today.
Do you see through what you're teaching? I mean, are you just teaching to contractors, or are you also teaching to
I teach
setters?
architects, designers, setters, pool builders, you name it.
But is there? You said the average age is 56. How is
That's
there
in
a
the
way
tile
to?
industry.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
How do you get that down?
it's tough.
How do you bring people into that industry?
Well, okay, there's organizations like CTEF, Ceramic Tile Education Foundation,
Okay.
that are starting to certify and get young builders into it. We have trade programs that are available.
A
to
trade
people who
school?
want- not so much, but that's the Education Foundation. They actually have classes to bring to get people. We don't have enough unions. We don't have enough apprenticeship programs anymore.
Everyone goes to college and gets a degree in philosophy, and what do you do with it?
Correct, and
No.
even though you can make real good money, I mean, you can
Yeah.
make more money out of college setting tile
Oh,
In
way
pools.
more. Oh, totally.
than you can with your degree.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And for me, you're going to make that money, but only if you're doing it right.
Correct.
Because we all know. I mean, my biggest thing was callbacks hurt.
Oh, they're horrible.
It's not just the cost of the material in the tile; it's that I'm taking labor off a job
Your time.
Opportunity cost.
Yes.
where they're making money to go back and do
to
it.
pay. That's why you're cheaper to actually hire a competition to build your own pool.
Correct.
Because then
that's
you're
right.
not pulling your own
Sounds
guys,
familiar.
not making any money while you could be doing something
Yeah.
else. I used that for my wife for like 20 years until I finally built my own pool.
Does it work?
Huh?
Did it work?
And it worked for a minute. So, not anymore. So through Genesis and through that, do you see that really like taking hold and
It's funny because with
impacting the industry?
with Genesis, as you know, these were guys that were my mentors.
Me too.
And so working and all of us, I mean, they were my mentors growing up, kind of getting into the industry. A little higher level of education, but I see it taking more of a hold today. It's coming back to where people are actually seeking education.
I've seen that too.
With programs like yours and others, and I mean, if I was to guide anybody coming into the industry, I'd say start somewhere. Get education. Because if you learn right now from the trades,
You're
trades
wrong.
are in bad shape right now.
Yeah.
It's a
And
huge lift to
Yeah.
change it. It's
and what I see now is
And it's only going down.
No, it's only going
There
down.
isn't a push to get the trades up to speed as well.
nothing's getting better,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Everybody
They need
Except
to
for
get-
those
they
that
need-
are trying to, and it's education
Correct,
is the
through
avenue.
it needs to, it needs to happen in high school. They need to have shop class back.
Yeah,
You know?
They do.
I mean, I miss. That was great. I was so glad. I was like the last class.
Shop
that did-
kid.
I was
You
a
were
shop kid, dude. I loved it.
That's right.
Woodworking and all that stuff.
that woodworking and
But that introduces them to use their hands.
it does.
You know, and if you don't have that, and you're too worried about having philosophy class or whatever.
No, the
you
problem
said.
is with AI and everything that's out now, it doesn't teach you to work with your hands. It doesn't teach you to think for yourself.
No, yeah, for sure.
And the whole thing about being out in the field doing things in the trades is the trades are going to go up in value. I mean, you're not going to get a plumber for cheap anymore.
AI can't replace a plumber.
AI can't replace a plumber
Right.
or an electrician.
When I was in
trade.
construction science, I at Kansas State, I was in the engineering student council. One of my jobs was to go to the elementary schools. This was 25, 30 years ago. But I would go to the 4th and 5th graders, and I'd ask them, like, hey, what do you guys want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to be a fireman, attorney, a doctor, blah, blah. I'm like, does anybody think about being a plumber? And they're like, no, man.
I don't do that.
And I'm like, just so you know, I mean, it shows that, you know, in 20 or 30 years, the plumbers are going to be paid more than the doctors and lawyers. Did you understand? Do you know that? Isn't that crazy? But we were talking about that when I was in college.
Yeah.
And we're still
And
talking
here we
about
are.
it.
I know.
Yeah.
And the plumbers are getting paid more than
Yes,
doctors.
and here we are. I know.
And here we are,
And
yeah.
that's true. I know.
It's trades are a forgotten art, and that's kind of the way I say it, because working with your hands is a form of art,
Absolutely.
and the craftsmen are gone. That built I look at a house built today compared to a house that was built 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
No, it's a joke.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Joke.
And what we're getting to in our careers, what I see now taking over is not quality, it's speed. How fast can I do this? Which goes against all the laws of best practice.
It does.
Things need to cure. Did you realize that?
Well, in my world, things need to cure, right? You
Yeah.
can't just sit there and throw it on the merry-go, just like one day doing everything. Nothing's going to be cured. Then you're going to throw water in it right after plaster.
Yeah.
I mean, you're asking for problems, but that's the way we see it on the other side. These guys that go out there and say that I can waterproof and set tile in a shower in a day.
Yep. And then we're done.
That's
yeah.
not something to be proud of,
I know.
right?
Well, that's why it's up to us to try to make it better for these kids.
Yeah, give back.
Give back. That's right.
Give back. Give them a resource to listen to teach, and to take advice from. Because I'm going to hold I made the mistakes.
Yeah. Same.
Right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
there you go. Mhm.
Yeah, and
I
that's
can't
part-
lift my arm very high now. My shoulder doesn't let me because I'm old. But
Yeah,
I
you
know.
are old. A lot older than I
Straight
am.
up.
So I'm a big believer in education. That's why when the opportunity came to me, I took a step forward. That's why I'm doing all the committee work with the different tile committees, is because, one, the pool industry wasn't heard on the committees, but two, education is everything. I mean, you get into a situation, if you know and you don't have to research, you're saying, oh, yeah, it's A, B, C. Or if you're bidding a project and you know what to look for,
Yeah.
right? We recently had a pool on the hillside in California, which that's where all our pools are,
They are.
because we just don't have land to build. So they decided in an earthquake zone or seismic fault to build a pool over the side of a cliff.
I have no problem with that, but whatever. So it's like God made engineers.
And I walked up to the pool. They're getting ready to float it for tile. This had cracks running, so where the piles were over, well, there was in the shell, there was actually cracks at every certain
Single pile.
distance,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
So I'm looking at that going, and these guys had cuts to put staples in.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, whoa.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's call out a structural engineer.
See why this is happening.
Stop. Just
because
stop.
you're about to tile something that's about to fall off
And you're
the
going to
cliff.
rip it all out.
Or it's going to
Or
move
the
so
whole
much.
thing is going to be.
Yeah, the thing's going to move so much, your tile's not going to stay in
Yeah.
place.
Mm-hmm.
And so, people go out and look at things like that, but they don't look at it with a educated view. They look at it what they've been taught, trained over the years, which has become diluted. My opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate anybody like you guys. I appreciate anybody willing to give back to the industry, teach, and train.
Well, that's what it is, ends up being all about. That's the true joy that comes from, the next season of life after you've done a lot of what we do. But to be able to see, when I first started teaching design, it's like seeing the light come on in students' eyes was more impactful to me than doing a really cool design space. And I really leaned into that and enjoyed that part of it as well. And a lot of it is the attitude with which you teach too. You don't just call people out and say, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're doing in here. But if you go into it with good attitude and
I remember
That was the old
time-
school.
Well, I mean, there are people that are turned off to education completely because of the way the old school industry did it.
Yeah.
And I've seen that today. I'll never take another class. I got told I was a moron when I went to one class, and you have to do it with, I'm being nice, but but still, but that it's legit. And that's when, and you've got, the spirit with which you teach, and you're, yes, you've got a problem here, but it's not your fault. It's all your fault. The
all your fault. It's all your fault.
20,000 people
It's all
yelling
your
at
fault.
you.
But see, that's the same philosophy I have teaching and working. When I met Chad down in Destin,
You didn't just go tell him he's an idiot because
I told his guys they were, but I wouldn't tell Chad.
you told his guys that
That I
Chad's
was
an
an
idiot.
idiot. Yes,
that's
totally.
good.
Yes.
There you go.
And they said, yes, we know
that
this.
guy's an idiot. I know.
Craig definitely agreed.
No, but it was about identifying what the issue was,
Yes.
but then
The curiosity where we started with this whole
Right.
thing. Mm-hmm.
promising to teach them how to avoid this.
Yeah.
You don't, if you go out and look at something and just say, oh, it's A, B, C, and D. This is why we're not going to warranty it. You've done nothing.
Yeah.
You've discouraged people from using the product. But if you go out there and say, hey, in my experience, this is what I know will help you. These are 3 or 5 steps that will help you succeed. And for him, it was a simple, control your overflows.
No, I remember walking up. I remember like it was yesterday. We were walking up on the side of the yard, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen
Rip
here?"
me.
I mean, seriously,
They ripped me to shreds here.
I've done everything I thought was right, and
'Cause
then,
it's
anyway, and then
vulnerable
he's like,
when you
"Okay,
put yourself
so
in that
let's
position."
stop here. Do you see?" Like we looked at the backyard. He's like, "So, morning sun comes from over there. Have you thought about that?" I'm like, "No." When's the pump turn on? I mean, we went through all the stuff before even talking about the tile. We talked about the atmosphere and where it was sitting and how it was acting and what it was exposed to. That's all stuff that you need to think through as a builder on when you're trying to build things. You have to understand how the site works on a lot of different aspects.
Yeah.
But as far as tile, like that's the first thing you pointed out, and then we started talking about the waterproofing and the tile and how it moves. I mean, it was just so. I was like, "Holy crap! I am."
There's a lot more to this than I knew. And now years later, that's
So,
I
the
learning,
catalyst
one
that took
learning
you
at
where you
what
are.
it's like plaster. I've learned so much over the
I
years. It's
still remember the day when I was down there, and we were trying to set level on a negative edge, and they were bombing.
oh, that's right, that's right. Yeah, over at Eglin.
They were,
Oh, okay.
they were.
Oh, it
The
was like
house
At
was
the Air Force
big.
Base. Yeah, so literally they were bombs dropping at the Air Force Base.
across the water.
Yeah, the test.
And I'm trying to show these guys how to use the water level and get the edge right.
Yeah, that's right. the bucket's going over going. I forgot about that, Kim.
Oh, that was
the good old days.
that was a good old day. I
Yeah.
had fun that day. No matter, it was an obstacle, but
God love America.
it was actually hilarious.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Ken, I appreciate it. We're about out of time for today, but it's gone longer than I thought, but I should have figured it would because you're an enjoyable conversation.
Well,
So,
I enjoy
but,
being here with you guys,
very
and
good.
like I said, next time we come, we're cheering for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
right.
not
Cheers.
the air.
Yeah, not the air
cheer.
Air cheer.
Well, thank you, Kim. We appreciate it.
No, appreciate it.
Always
Thank you,
good to
guys.
have you. Enjoy it. Thanks.
That's it.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We really appreciate it. We know how busy your schedule is being builders and designers in the industry. So you being here is really important to us. So thank you.
And if you don't mind, go down there and hit like and subscribe on there. It makes a huge difference for us. It shows that you're interested in what we have to offer and what we're trying to make this industry become.
That's right. We want to spread the message to designers and builders and pool pros to help everybody else out in the industry.
And if you will also go to our website, elevatepoolpros.com, and see all the great content we have there as well.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks, guys.